welcome back to the channel. This is Pixel Retouch Academy. Well, in today's video I'm going to show you how to do a high-end skin retouching, and also we're going to be doing it using Photoshop for this, and this is going to help you learn how to clean up skin without destroying the natural texture. And to make this easier, I have also created a free action that automates part of this process, and I'll show you how it works, and you can download it for free in the description below. So let's get started. The first thing you have to do is to prepare your image for retouching. Now this is the image we're going to use, and we're going to be using Photoshop. So I already have my image and I already know what the end product should look like, so that's what I have in mind. So the next thing is to work with the texture. Now I'm going to clean up some of the blemishes using some simple tools before I go into some advanced method or technique in getting the results I want. So the first thing I'm going to use is the spot healing tool brush, and I'm going to make it smaller and remove the bigger pores from the image just like that, so as to retain the texture in the image. So let's quickly do that in with the image. I'm going to fast forward what I'm going to do. Alright, so I'm done doing some simple cleanup. Now the mistake beginners do is that they don't work on the skin blemish at first before doing their frequency separation, and they do too much, and at the end they get the plastic skin and not the natural skin. So this is the simple first step I usually do. Then we can move ahead to do more advanced technique now. So this at this point I can go ahead and do more skin smoothing. Okay, so this is where I use my frequency separation. So how do you do frequency separation? Well, there are a lot of tools out there that can perform frequency separation, but what's frequency separation is actually separating the texture and the tone so that you can work on them independently, and this is a very good tool that can make your image look professional. So how do I do it? I'm going to use one of the action. So this is my action, and there is one that says frequency separation, which is this one, advanced frequency separation. I'm just going to hit it, and then you're going to see it's going to ask me to choose the Gaussian blur. So just click on the frequency separation, and right now it's going to ask you for Gaussian blur. I like using 3 and 4 for this image. I'm going to use 4 to get the natural look. There is no perfect number. The thing is, the higher the blur value, the more texture you have. The lesser the blur value, the lesser texture. So once you choose blur value of 2 or 1 or 0, something below, it depends on the pixels in your image, you're going to get plastic skin. So but for this one I want to use 4 because I know it's just the best one to use. So I'm just going to use 4 and then click OK. So we're going to get our frequency separation. Now the texture and the tone has been separated. So what we need to do now is to work on them independently. So you check, you see where the right texture retouch and here volume retouch. So these are the two you're going to work with. Let's keep the action. And for this one, you're going to use, it's actually going to select the tool for you, mixer tool brush, and then the settings above and all of this. So all you just need to do is to brush. So let's make the brush smaller and then make sure we just brush over and follow the highlight and the shadows. Alright, so after doing that, I create a stem visible layer, Shift Control Alternate E to create a stem visible layer, and here we are. So let's check our progress so far. We came from here to here. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is to work on the eyes. Well, before we do that, I would like to get the perfect color for the image, and I'm going to use the selective color to do that. And just a bit, I'm just going to add more colors to the red, yellow color, and then take this backwards to get the perfect red tone. So we can also mess around with the green, but I think we go with this one. Yep. And then go to the yellows as well. Let's see what we can have, what we have here. Alright, so just to give it this warm look, yep, I love it like this. We can also add some contrast. Okay, so I'm going to close it, and here we go. So from this to this. Alright, so we can work on the magenta. Let's go, which is the background. We can increase the magenta and also decrease. You can see, so to bring back some of the colors. Alright, let's close that for the now. And one thing I like to do is to like creating the stem visible layer, but quickly we can use our actions as well to create a white eyes. So we can check, we can see eyes white, teeth whitening. We can use this one. So let's just use that one, teeth whitening color. Click continue, and if you check the drop down, you're going to see the two type. So let's just go ahead and brush over. A bit, so we have it like this, which is actually okay for me. You can go in and make things adjust. Okay, and this should be saturation, so I can go to the yellows, desaturate it the more, go to the red, desaturate it the more, just like that. And we're going to have that whitening effect before and after. So there we go. You can decrease the opacity, and well, let's create a stem visible layer. Control Shift Alternate E to create a stem visible layer. I'm going to group all these from here down to the side and group them, turn them off. Now one thing I also do is to go to Liquify, filter, Liquify, and adjust the jaw and the contour of our face. So let's just click on the face, and then we can drag this a little bit take this inside, we can adjust. Yep, not too much, and you can see the highs, so just this one, make it smaller, and we can drag this, sorry, Ctrl Z, take this down just a bit, and also let's just select the eyes, and I'm going to take it up so as to match this one, so that should be okay for me. It's matching. So let's see preview before and after, and we can click OK. So we need to do some dodging and burning. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create that curve. We can use our actions anyway, so if we take this backwards, we're going to get more highlights. Let's brighten it up a bit and grab another one, and then take this up, take this downward. This would represent our highlight. So double click on it to open up the blending option, and we're going to remove it from the dark layer and leave it on the white. Just like that. It's okay. We can make it more pronounced like that, and we'll do the opposite for curve, taking this downward, double click to make it appear only on the dark part, so like that. And we're going to split it, hold down Alt and make it smooth. Yeah, so something like this. It's okay. I forgot this one should be up like this. Alright, so going back into the blending option and make sure it's only on the highlight. Split it up by pressing Alt, and there we go. It's okay. So we can just merge the two together on the group and then decrease the opacity to like 60, so it's just there. Alright, so now that we have that acting like contrast as well, we can just do a finer one touch retouching, which I like doing. I'm almost done with the image. Let's add some brightness and contrast, so I'm just going to add a little bit of contrast to it, but that's going to do the finer, that's going to be the final one. So let's just create a stem visible layer, Ctrl Shift Alternate E, and I'm going to delete all of this and then grab my one touch one click retouching plugin for the image. So here's the FR2 one click retouching plugin, and I'm just going to set the retouch control, texture control as well. Let's leave it like this, and I want this one more pronounced, so just set just this and click start, and it's just going to retouch the image under 10 seconds and we are done. So let's see what we have. So it creates more smoothing effect for us, and as you can see, that sharpness is gone, makes it more amazing. Okay, so here's how it works. Once I turn it off, you're going to see where it's worked on. So I clicked on, and we can use the brush tool to apply it on the place it wasn't showing before. So like this place, I'm just going to apply it, and there we go. So I don't want to see it on the nose. Alt, I'm just going to clean it. Sorry, E, X. I want to clean it from this side and the eyes because I want it back. Okay, so let's go back and this side as well, and this side as well, but I want it here. So in case you're wondering what I'm pressing, I'm just toggling the mask to make sure I'm doing the right thing. So it's too pronounced here. I want to look natural. I'm going to clean, and also this side X. Okay, so what we just need to do is to decrease the opacity to like 50% and just apply it so we get some textures back. Yeah. Okay, so that's just what I need to do, and boom, we're done. So create a stem visible layer, Ctrl Shift Alternate E once more, and let's turn it off, and let's see where from here, take a look to this side. We can also have more contrast by applying, yeah, we can do that, and taking it downward. This is actually too much anyway, but let's see. So we have that to this. Let's take it backwards a bit. So if you still want to apply more color grading, you can do all of that. Now it's where you can showcase more and more. So if I want to do more, I'm just going to let's merge the layer and then go to filter, camera raw filter to finalize our edit. So here we can add contrast. One, we can also increase the highlight, add more contrast like that. It all depends on what we want to achieve. Add white or bring down the white, and we can also bring down the blacks. So let's go down the temperature. I love it already. I can add some vibrance to the image. We can go back if we want to add effect texture. We can increase the texture a bit, just the texture, and we can add some vignettes. Okay, so let's go to the color mixer. We can use mix point mixer, and if we want to mess around with the orange, we can do that. I think the orange is too much. We can go ahead with the red. Let's just add some yellows. Yep, I think this is okay. You can check out before. Alright, so there are no greens, there are no magenta, but they are definitely purple. So I would like to increase that, and we can change the hue if we want a red skin, if we want this one. So I think this looks fine for me, and just take this backward, make this more magenta-ish. Okay, so that's for color grading. If we want to do some color grading, you want to color grade the shadows, and that's advanced too. I don't want to go into that for now. And calibration as well, you can just take this forward and take this backwards, and you're going to get this kind of skin tones, and it's okay. So this is what we have in our final image. So from this to this, from this to this. So I hope this video is helpful. If you like it, let me know in the comment section. I hope this is going to help one or two. So if you like to speed up your workflow, you can download the free frequency separation action I created. It automatically builds the layer needed for this retouching method, so you don't have to set everything up manually. You will find the download link in the description below, along with simple instruction on how to install it in Photoshop. So if this video helped you, make sure you like the video, subscribe for more in Photoshop and retouching tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you.